This is my brand, SequoyahMatoaka brand, and I'm going to be swatching these colors for y'all so y'all can see how they look. So y'all can see the consistency of our brand. So y'all can definitely click the link in the bio so y'all can shop. Let me get me some nail tips for it. So these are the tips that I'm going to be using. The TikTok got going on, but don't boy down restrict me for 10 minutes, so I don't know what they got going on. But these are the tips that I'm going to be using. We do have these available. I use these tips whenever I'm doing swatches because they're long and they're easy for me to use. I only got about 6 colors that I'm going to be swatching for y'all today. This is all I do. I just put the tip inside of there. I'm using our low odor EMA monomer. Our monomer is medium satin. It's also for beginners. Listen, my products are made for beginners, y'all, because I was once a beginner. And when I first started doing nails, I realized that, they didn't have any beginner-friendly products. So I created a brand to help beginners. So our acrylics are self-leveling. They're buttery. They smell good. And you can also use them as dip if you want to use them as dip too. So the first color that we're going to be doing is called Latte. These are our fall colors. These are real glass jars, 2-ounce jars. We also have these 1-ounce jars available on our website too. These 1-ounce jars are only $5 because I'm trying to get rid of them. And then our 2-ounce jars are $18.50. All of our acrylics are going to have this seal for protection. I'm in South Carolina. I'm in Charleston, actually. This is how it looks. So let's swatch the first color. So you want to make sure you get you a good size bead. Let me bring this up so y'all can see. So when I say our acrylics are made for beginners, this is what I mean. You see how, with polygel, you can be able to maneuver and manipulate it. The same thing you can do with our acrylics as well. Our monomer is a medium satin, so it's not going to dry super fast on you. It also gives you about 20 seconds before it actually hardens. So it gives you enough time before it actually hardens. If you are a beginner, any mistake that you make into the acrylic, you're going to have time to fix it. It's not going to dry super fast, and because it's self-leveling, it is going to auto-correct itself. You see how much time I waited, but I'm still able to go in here. I may have to apply just a little bit of pressure, but I'm still able to go in and fix it. This is why I say it's good for beginners, because beginners, especially when you're starting out, you have to you need something that's not going to dry super hard on you super fast, and our products are made for that. All right, so now I'm going to grab another bead. Place this at the cuticle. You can also use this as dip if you want to use dip as well. Being a beginner nail technician, I know sometimes you don't want to spend a whole lot of money, but I'm telling you, you have to invest in quality products. And then you also have to make sure that you're investing in products that are made for beginners. That there's a lot of products out here, but some brands are not made for beginners. Some brands are made for advanced nail technicians. Some brands are made for they're not made for a beginner. So you just have to make sure that when you're using these different brands, that you're using brands that were made to help you. Because when you're using brands that were made for beginners, your acrylic application is going to be much easier. You see how I was able to do that? Now I don't have any structure because I'm not trying to build a structure. I'm just showing y'all the nail. So that's Latte. Our monomer also, when I say our monomer is low odor, it's really low odor, y'all. You're not gonna smell any strong smell. It's really EMA. And then You don't have to worry about buying any additional droppers. That's the best thing, you know, because you're already spending money on the dang on monomer. So I feel like, why should you have to go out there and buy any additional droppers, and you don't have to. The next color that we're going to use is called Hazel. These are my personal jars. All of our jars have seal to protection, seal for protection. This color is very, very, very pretty. And I'm gonna show y'all again what I mean when I say self-leveling. So let's just say, you know, I'm doing this extra long nail. So let's just say you pick up an acrylic bead and it's too small. Because our acrylics are self-leveling, that's going to just level itself out. It gives you more than enough time to play with it. I'm just going to use the tip of my brush to just push everything into the center. And then now I'm going to start to walk this bead down. I'm not really worrying about the size of the nail because this is just for practice. But when you're doing nails, you definitely want to make sure that you're getting the entire nail. Use very light strokes. You have nothing on your brush. Take that off and put that right back onto the nail. Keep your shape. Whenever you're doing nails, you have to make sure you're keeping your shape. That's going to save you a lot of time. It's the keeping your shape. All right, so I'm going to pick up a cuticle bead. Cuticle bead. When you're doing nails, you want to take your time. It's not a rush. You should be able to lay the application fast, but it's definitely not a rush. I'm just going to be using the tip of my brush to just put the acrylic where I need it to go. And then now I'm going to use my brush to walk that bead down. And to make that look like one bead. Thank you for the likes. Now, I don't know if y'all can see that little disconnect right there because that's where the acrylics stop at. I can see that, and I don't like to see that. So all I do is just take a smaller bead, place it right there where the disconnect is. Then you want to blend up. And then you just want to walk that, finish off the nail. And I only do that because I don't like the way that be looking. This color is called Hazel, and this color will be available on the 15th of September. Very pretty. Now, this color was a little bit redder, but my Facebook friends was like, they wanted like a burgundy-ish color, so I don't know how much burgundy this color is, but it's not red. This color is called mahogany. You can use them as dip. They are great for beginners, y'all. So see, it was more brighter than this. So I just toned it down just a little bit. And then I'm just going to use the tip of my brush while I'm using the belly of my brush to walk this bead down. Keep your shape, y'all. Making sure that you're keeping your shape. Thank you for the likes. Keep your shape and walk this acrylic right on down. Self-leveling. Any mistakes that you make, it's just going to self-level itself. See how it's self-leveling itself? And it's not like most other acrylics that are made for pro and advanced nail technicians. This will already be hard, like dry. But this monomer gives you more than enough time so you can actually go back in there and play with it so that, you know, you can work at your speed. You don't have to work super fast. Now, if you do work super fast, because sometimes I do, depending on what I'm doing, I will just add acetone into my monomer to help speed it up. But I like to be able to work at my pace. I don't want no monomer that's going to make me work super fast. So I like this monomer. And I feel like this is a fall red, you know. I toned it down just a little bit. This is how it looks. I'm going to place this at the cuticle. I'm going to use my brush to flatten this out into the cuticle. And then I'm just going to just walk this bead right on down. Clean your side walls. Even with that, you still have more than enough time to play with it before it actually hards all the way. See, it still gives you some wiggle room so you can go in there and play with the, not necessarily play with it, but to be able to do what you gotta do. This color is very pretty. Oh, I can't wait to do a set with this color. This color is really, really, really pretty. This is what you need, especially for a beginner. If you are a beginner nail technician, this is the kind of products that you want to use. You want something that's beginner friendly. And this color is called Mahogany. You're going to be working much harder. This color is called Eggplant. It's a purple. It's very pretty too, y'all. You know, I was once a beginner, and like I always tell people, like when I first started doing nails in the beginning, there wasn't really any products made for beginners. Sometimes as a beginner, we feel like we not doing what, sometimes we feel like it's us, but it's not us. It can be the products that you're using. And you know, nails cost. Nails are, you know, nail products are expensive, but if you know, you got to be able to spend money to make money. So. And you want to be able to invest in quality products so that you won't be struggling. Very pretty purple, called Eggplant. Look at that. So I'm just using the tip of my brush to just show y'all what I mean when I say self-leveling. Like, you really have, you know, you can really sit here and play with these acrylics. And that's what I like to do, y'all. I just like to play with my acrylics because, like, what? Using very light pressure. I don't have anything that's on my brush. And I'm just going to walk this bead right on down. Walk it right on down. I'm going to keep my shape. Keep my shape. Keep my shape. You have to keep your shape when you're working. If not, you're going to be working much harder to get your shape back what it was. So definitely make sure that you're keeping your shape when you're working. I love my job too. I love doing nails. Nails got me to be nails got me to get out of my box. I'm no longer like shy. I still don't really talk to people, but when these clients come sit in my chair, like I'm just a totally different person. And I like that. Nails help change me. And you know, we all should be changing. So nails you know, these nails did me right. Me becoming a nail technician. So I'm just going to keep my shape, and I'm just going to flatten this out so that I don't see that hard disconnect line. Right there. And this is called Eggplant. Very pretty. It's a very pretty color. Eggplant. Pretty. Okay. Research to find out what area, what program is in your area. Well, you can just go to school to be a nail technician. But I didn't just want to be a nail technician. My end goal was bigger than me just being a nail technician. So I went to school to be a pharmacist, a pharmacy tech. Not a pharmacy tech. What am I talking about? I went to school to be a cosmetologist because I eventually want to offer waxes. I eventually want to do facials. I eventually want to have a one-stop shop. And when I open up my salon, I want to be able to have my name on the salon. I don't want to have to go out there and get no cosmetologist to open up a building for me. So that was really why I went to school to be a cosmetologist. Everybody, you know, everybody goals are different. But I knew my end goal was bigger than just nail tech. So this color is called Fall. Now this color is a little marbly, but it's not too marbly. Like this is like the perfect fall color. When I say fall, like I really mean the perfect fall color. And to teach you too much about nails, their focus is hair. So just keep that in mind too whenever you're trying to figure out what you want to go to school for. You have to look at all of that. You see how it has like that purplish tint to it? And then I'm also the manufacturer of my company. So I created this nail brand. That's just why I said it's geared for beginners, because beginners need the most help. And there's not, now there is, but when I first started, there wasn't too many beginner friendly products. So I wanted to create something that was geared towards beginners so that you guys won't be out here struggling. Because I know how it is to be a beginner and to be out here struggling, because that was once me. You know, sometimes people don't want to offer you classes. Sometimes they may offer you classes, but then they may not give you all of the information that you need when you take the class. But if you're using quality products, then you'll be able to like do what you need to do. It's all about your products. It's all about you paying attention to what you're doing. It's all about you practicing. You have to practice. To be a nail technician, you have to practice. You see this color is really a fall color. Like this color is so pretty. You really just have to practice what you're doing. Like I tell nail technicians, beginners all the time, like if you're good with watching videos, then try, especially if you're good with watching videos, watch videos. But you have to make sure that you're watching videos that's going to help you. Because a lot of times people that's making videos, a lot of them are not licensed. So when you're watching somebody, you want to make sure that for one, that person is licensed. For two, that person knows what they're talking about. And you don't want to watch too many different people, because once you start to watch more than 3 to 5 different people, all of the information is going to be so overwhelming. Everybody is going to teach differently. You're going to have so much different stuff in your brain that you're trying to like process. You're going to be all over the place. So I always tell beginner nail technicians to just like watch no more than 3 different nail technicians. More than 3 nail technicians, you're just setting yourself up. You're really just setting yourself up for, now I'm not going to say for failure, but you're just setting yourself up for your process to be much longer. You know, and just invest in a mentor. If you can invest in a nail mentor, someone that's going to help you, then I would say do that. You know, I know sometimes we want to like go to YouTube and we just want to watch videos and just do things by ourselves. But at the end of the day, it slows us down. Imagine spending the money, taking a class, getting you a mentor. That way, when you have questions, concerns, you're able to reach out to that person. That person can help you. Instead of you going on social media, asking everybody how to do stuff, you may not get help. You may get the wrong help. Like, that's just, I feel like that's just backwards. So, invest in a mentor, y'all. It's really, really pretty. Sit on here and watch me. But are you watching yourself? Are you recording videos for yourself and going back to look at the videos and see what you can improve on? If not, then that's one mistake that you're making. And a lot of beginners, they don't see that. They just rather take a class today and then post, I'm accepting clients tomorrow. You don't want to do that because you're setting yourself up. You know? You want to give yourself enough time, because once somebody comes to you the first time and you mess their nails up, I'm going to promise you that they're not going to come back to you once you get better. So get better in your craft first and then start taking clients. You don't want to take clients, even if you just have to offer basic sets, y'all. You know, everybody want to jump out here and do all these designs and stuff. No, like just focus on the foundation. Focus on just offering basic sets. And then once you can do a basic set in an hour, then you want to start incorporating designs and stuff. But I'm telling y'all, those basic sets are going to hit. You charging $50, $60 for a basic set. You got 4 to 5 clients a day. You won't be making some money. I'm telling you, those basic sets are going to, that's where the money at. And then once you start to like be able to offer different stuff, then start offering different stuff. But you got to be able to do a basic set. All lengths. You got to be able to do short, long, medium, square, coffin, stiletto. That's all the part of basic. This color is called autumn, y'all. You got to be able to shape the nails without using pre-shaped tips. If you can't do that, then you really shouldn't be taking any clients. I see I'm on Facebook most than anything, and I see people all the time in these groups saying, oh, how I do this or what, and I'm just looking at their nail set like, you setting yourself up. Because just imagine if you just take 3 months. This is how I teach, and this is what I tell beginners. It's not many of y'all on here, so I'm going to tell y'all. So what I teach is I tell them to take 1 week to just focus on shaping. That whole week you want to just focus on nothing about shaping. The next now is 4 weeks in a month, so keep in mind. So if you got, it's 4 weeks. So if 1 week you're working on shaping, if 1 week you're working on prep, if 1 week you're working on application, if 1 week you're working on e-filing, that's 4 weeks. So within 30 days, you should be much stronger in that area. Let's just say next month come around and you still struggling with your shaping. Take another week and focus on your shaping. You have to like really focus on the basics. And a lot of nail technicians are not doing that. They're buying these products. They're buying these expensive ass products. Wasting, look how much I put monomer in there. Look how much monomer I have. So they're buying these expensive products. Then they're using half of the products because they don't know how to work the products. And then they get mad because they don't get any clients because you're working backwards. You have to work smart. This is why I tell people. I'm telling y'all, if y'all need help, you definitely want to take a class. I can teach. I taught people how to do nails in an hour. As long as you implement what I tell you, I promise you, you'll be much farther ahead. But people don't want to do that. They want to just book me. Give people a reason to book you. If I had a client for 5 years, and although you may be charging, I'm going to show y'all how to do a 3-bar method. So let's just say I had a client for like the last 5 years, right? And you're coming around, you just started doing nails, and you want to be able to take my client. You got to be able to show value as to why my client should leave me and come to you. It's not all about being the cheaper. It's all about what you can offer. You know, if you become a nail technician, your goal is not to take the clients, but your goal is to get you clients. Your goal is to, you know, if people got to leave their current nail technician, then hey, that's, you know, that's just how the game go. But you got to be able to take people clients. And you can't just take people clients just because you're the cheapest. No, people want to come to you because you have good customer service. People want to come to you because your nail sets are lasting. People want to come to you because your vibes are good. People want to come to you because, you know, you're offering an experience. People want to come to you because you're not gossiping. People want to come to you because you're not late all the time, or whatever the case may be. You know, there's more to just doing nails than just saying I'm a nail technician. No. How is your customer service? How is your spirit? How is your energy? You know, like those are the things that you have to take into consideration whenever you're want to become a nail technician. Because if you don't have any clients, you're not going to be making no money. And then I always tell beginners, never get comfortable. You never want to get comfortable. You want to always treat that client as if they're a new client. I don't care. I can have a client that been coming to me for the past 10 years. I'm never going to get comfortable with that client because at the end of the day, once you start to get comfortable, that client is going to start to... Sometimes they get annoyed And then that's why you got clients that leave, because they're like, you know what, all she do is gossip. They may not tell you this, but in their head, they're like, all she do is gossip. All she do is do this. Now they see another nail technician that's offering, you know, nails. So now they're going to try them. And if their energy and vibes is good, I promise you, they're going to leave you and they're going to go to the next nail technician. So this is why you never want to get comfortable. You always want to be on your toes. I'm definitely here for my beginners, y'all. Like, I'm really here for my beginners, because I was a beginner. And when I tell y'all, nobody wanted to help me being a beginner nail technician. Nobody wanted to teach me anything. So when I say I'm self-taught, like, I'm literally self-taught. Like, I had to, like I told you, I went to cosmetology school, and the cosmetology school did not know nothing about no nails. So they couldn't teach me shit. So I basically had to read the book by myself, and I basically had to learn how to do nails by myself. And I feel like a lot of nail technicians are self-taught, but, you know, most times we're self-taught, but I'm really, really, really self-taught, y'all. Like, when I first started doing nails, it used to take me about 2 hours to do. It used to take me about 2.5 hours to 3 hours to do a nail set. And I was like, I am not about to be sitting here for no 2 hours. So when I first started, I would do my nails every week. Every week I would do my nails. So now I can do a basic set in an hour, and then I can also do a freestyle medium long set in 2 hours. I can do a soak off and a full set in 2 hours. And most people it will take them 2 hours plus to do that. But I've mastered my set, because in the beginning, that's all I did was I took my time. Autumn color. So these are all our colors right here. So this is autumn. This is fall. This is eggplant. This is mahogany. This is hazel. And this is latte. So these are all new fall colors. They're so pretty. And then let me tell y'all something, that the thing about my brand that makes my brand stand out is I am the creator. Like, we got nail prep. Don't mind my bottles, y'all, because these are my personal stuff. But we got nail prep dehydrator that I manufacture, I create. We got extra stuck primer, which is an acid base extra stuck primer that I create. All of my colors I create. We got nail kits that I create. We got hand files that I didn't create the hand files, but I created the design, the logo, and all of that on there. We got drills. We got lamps. We got everything that I created. So I am the manufacturer of my own company, y'all. And I like that, because, you know, there's nothing wrong with private labeling. But what I realize is when you private label, sometimes, you know, those people make mistakes. That there have been a few times that I have ordered stuff and they sent me the wrong stuff. And when I tell them about what they did, they say, oh, we'll fix it the next time. No, I don't want y'all to fix my stuff the next time. I want y'all to fix my stuff now. So I'm glad that I'm the manufacturer. This is why I always ask people, how do you feel about my brand? You know, do you feel like I can fix anything or whatever? Because I'm the manufacturer. So if you get especially my colors. So if you get a color from me and that color isn't right or it's too marbly, I want that kind of feedback, because I'm actually in the lab making these colors to ask me whatever questions, nail related. Like if y'all need help with y'all picking out beads, if y'all need help with y'all cuticles, share the live, double tap the live, ask y'all questions. Because if y'all don't have any questions, I'm not about to just keep sitting here talking to y'all. So y'all not talking back to me. And then I'm going to definitely get off. So I'm just pushing this up. Because like I tell y'all, because our acrylics are self-leveling, you can literally do whatever you want to do. And then it doesn't dry super fast on you. So I'm just going to push that up. And then now I'm just going to walk this bead down. Whenever you're doing nails, you want to use very, very light strokes. I'm just going to put this back onto the nail. No products left behind. Whoever is double tapping, thank you. I appreciate you. What advice would you give for liquid to powder ratio? I can show you. All right, so when it comes down to liquid to powder ratio, so you have to know how to pick up a small bead, you have to know how to pick up a big bead, you have to know how to pick up a medium-sized bead. So you always want to make sure that you're burping your brush, and burping your brush is just by, I'm gonna get a little bit more liquid. Yeah, make sure you check us out first now. So you definitely want to click the link in my bio, and before you check whoever out, check me out too now. So you definitely want to burp your brush. Make sure you're getting all the air bubbles out. Now, because I'm using this, you want to, I'm going to get a small bead. So with the small bead, you want to have less liquid in your brush. You don't want too much liquid in your brush. So you want to tap off 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So now, and because I want a small bead, you want to use the tip of your brush. Hold your brush at a 45-degree angle, and you just want to get a small bead. This is a small bead. And I'm going to just use this bead to go ahead and finish off my ombre. All right, so to get a medium-sized bead, you want to do the same thing. Burp your brush. Now you just want to tap off 2 times because now you want half of the liquid in your brush. So you want to tap off 2 times. 1, 2. Do the same thing. Use the tip of your brush, 45-degree angle. Push down just a little bit more. You see now you got a much bigger bead than what you had before. I'm gonna just clean this up before I continue. See how this has this harsh disconnect right there? I hate that. All right, and then if you want to pick up a large bead, so a large bead, now you want more liquid in your brush. So instead of tapping off 1, 2, 3 times, or instead of tapping off 1, 2 times, you just want to tap off 1 time. Tap off 1 time, do the same thing, use the tip of your brush, 45-degree angle, and you want to push down more because now that's going to give you a much larger bead. So I hope that made sense. Did that make sense? Did you want me to run it back? Or do you think you got it? So it's all about how much liquid you got in your brush. It's all about how you're picking up your beads. You always want to make sure you're picking up your beads by using the tip of your brush. This is why I say you have to make sure that you're using the correct parts of your brush. Also, when doing ombre, you see how I brought that down more. So depending on how much color you want to hide, this is all you got to do. And then I'm just going to just fix it with this red because that ombre is not ombreing. So I'm going to just put this red right here. And then now I'm going to just blend up. I'll just add a little bit more. just try to fix it. And then I'm gonna just add a little bit more of this color. You always want to blend up the nail first, and then you want to blend down. That's not the best ombre, but y'all get what I'm saying, right? That made perfect sense. Okay, cool. Yeah, so it's all about how much liquid you have in your brush, and then it's all about how you using your brush. This is why I say you have to, like, you really have to pay attention to what you're doing. And then I always encapsulate. Sometimes if the acrylic is too runny, I will definitely play with it, like what I'm doing now. I will play with it, because if you start to wipe it down too fast, then that's just going to come off. And I don't like to waste products, so I'll play with it. And then I'll just take this off, put this back onto the nail. Using very, very light strokes, light pressure. And then I'm gonna just finish it off. What other questions y'all have before I get off here? Did y'all see how I put that bead down? I'm gonna show y'all. Since it ain't many of y'all on here, I'm gonna show y'all. I'm really supposed to be taking pictures of my products, but I'm gonna just show y'all again. So whenever you pick up a bead, so I always just pick up medium-sized beads. I don't ever pick up small, medium, or large like that, because I've been doing nails for so long. I know how to, even if I tap off one time, I still know how to go in there and pick up a small bead. So I've been doing it for a long time. Even if I tap off 1, 2, 3 times, I still can go in here and pick up a much larger bead. But as a beginner, you want to make sure that you understand small, less liquid, large, you know, you want to. Now, when you're doing marble, you just want to use wetter beads. You also want to make sure that you're paying attention to the colors, because, you know, sometimes when you use colors, y'all know orange and whatever makes certain colors. So you want to make sure that you're paying attention to that. Use wetter beads. And then just swirl it. And I like to use the tip of my brush to just play with it to get it where I need it to go. Like how this acrylic just basically just stuck right there. I will leave that right there. And then I'll probably go in with some more purple. So our acrylics, which are self-leveling, they're really perfect for marbling, because you really get to play with it by just using the tip of your brush. All right, so now let's just say if I wanted to grab some purple, I will put the purple right here. You might see how I'm using very small acrylics. Like, you got to be able to pick up small beads like that as well. And then if you want to just swirl that into that, you can do that. Now, if you wanted to separate the colors, you want to pick up this green, pick up some white, make some clear, and then put the purple down. And then now you can see that, you know, the purple and the green doesn't really go into each other, because that white kind of like blocked it off. So there's like different ways on how you can do. So I added the clear, and then I'm gonna go in with some purple. And you got to be able to use the tip of your brush. So I'm just going to use the tip of my brush. And then I'm just going to I don't want that red to go everywhere. So I'm just playing with it. Notice I didn't bring anything down. But now once it's gotten hardened, now you can go in and like smoothing it out. Because if you smoothen it out too fast, then your colors are going to bleed into each other, and that's not what you want. And then if I wanted to just finish it off by just going in with this nude, I would just pick up this small bead of this nude. Well, it's not nude, it's called latte. So I basically put down a small bead. Oh, I gotta get a little bit more monomer. So I just put down a small bead, and then now I can go back in with like a much bigger bead. Push it up by using the tip of my brush, and then I can bring it down. Now, if you feel like that latte color is taken away from a color, you just go back in with the color. That's all you do. Like you can. This is why I like using acrylics, because you can really get creative. Like, you can really get creative. And then I'm just going to use the tip of my brush to blend that so that it's not a harsh, so that it's not so harsh up there. And that's a marble. You know, marble can be whatever you want it to be. And then you just want to encapsulate it. You just want to encapsulate with your clear. And these are the kind of nails that I like to do. I like to do encapsulation. Like, I'm not really good with nail art. I'll do minimum nail art. But for the most part, I like to do the designs underneath the clear. Like, those sets are like so pretty. And a lot of nail technicians don't do encapsulation. But if you can do encapsulation, you can definitely charge more, because that takes a special kind of skill to be able to do. Even if you're doing nail art takes a different kind of skill too, because a lot of nail technicians don't know how to do nail art. Like, a lot of nail technicians can't even do a French correctly. So, you know, it just takes a different kind of skill to be able to do it. And you see, that's a nice marble nail with like a ombre to the top.